if you'd like to start sending in questions, I will forward them to Grant. I'm going to try to kind of combine them where I can because there is so much to cover. So let's see. And a question was, will college tuition costs increase, do you think? And as you were just saying, maybe it will kind of change the whole world of how financial aid is handed out and the very cost of college. And let's see. Yeah.
My sense is that most places would like to try to hold the line because they know that suggesting that parents and students pay more when what's being offered isn't even necessarily going to be the standard program is not going to go over well. So some big places have made a commitment to hold their tuitions. I think Penn State, for example, has committed to not raising its tuition in the coming year. And the coming year means 2021, because obviously the tuition levels have all been set for the next school year, 2020, 2021. So we're talking about 2021, 2022. So there is definitely that pressure. I think a lot of places will either keep increases to a bare minimum or freeze their costs.
Okay. And what about, let's see, a question, if colleges continue online in the fall, do you think that they'll offer discounts because of a diminished educational experience?
I think they will certainly, if students are at home, they can't charge room and board.
Right.
This is a big deal for colleges too, because it's not just a kind of a wash. Well, if the kids aren't in the dining hall, we don't have to pay for the food to feed them. If they're not in the dorms, we don't have to pay for the dorms. They, in part, they still have to pay for the dorms because they have to maintain those buildings and run them. But a lot of colleges make some money on housing kids because they own the buildings.
Right.
So that's a loss too that they would rather not take. And I think, yes, they can't charge room and board if the kids aren't there. Tuition is going to be a very contentious point, I think. There are people who've already sued to be reimbursed for tuition.
Right.
From this spring term that's coming to an end now, has come to an end for the colleges. I don't think they're going to win those cases. I think it's unfair to expect colleges to reimburse for a part of the second semester when they had already committed themselves financially.
Right.
But next fall could be a different case. I think that a lot of colleges will think about making cuts. They'll have to. I know that at my school, there are some of us are talking about salary cuts to some extent, partly as a way of making it clear that we're committed to making a sacrifice here too, if we expect parents to keep paying tuition.
Right.
I think it's very hard for us or for the colleges to reset the tuitions when we switch to some kind of online or hybrid model.
Right.
But there will be pressure, obviously, on institutions to do that.
Right. And we've actually seen that in the international school world, K to 12, where some schools have been faced by that request from corporate clients.